What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we're talking about Bluzelle yet again. I just feel like it's important to talk about this because it's been doing some pretty big moves, compared to a lot of crypto. Most crypto's been boring, and this one is clearly not boring. If we look at this thing here, you had a day here, 58% to the upside. And while yes, this day here was only 7%, really from top to bottom, you went down 26%. Followed up by that, you had another 11% move down. It's up and down and up and down you go as you're making higher highs. But I do want to reiterate that I think this was a more momentary top. I do think we go lower. I even think we go lower than this low here. It might be harder to see on a daily. It does look rather bullish, right? But this thing likes to, just like most cryptos, it likes to mess with you. It definitely likes to mess with you, right? Look at this. That looks like a topping pattern, but what did it do? Granted, again, from top to bottom, that did go down almost 36% there. It wasn't done. It definitely wasn't done, So even though we have this candle here, is it done going down? It doesn't have to be. You've had this bearish candle before and continued going up. You could have a bullish candle here and continue going down. Here you had a bullish candle and you went up, or you went sideways and then up. Here you had a bearish candle and went down. Here you had a bearish candle and went down. So it does tell the truth sometimes. But again, here bearish looking candles and you still continue to climb up. Yes, you had your bouts of going down, but bullish looking candle at the top and you turned around. So this thing is prone to screwing with us, man. It really is. So don't get screwed with. Look at it. Instead of on a daily, this is where the smaller term time frames really come in handy. Sometimes even the 1 hour. You kind of zoom it out. All you have is just another lower high and a series of lower highs that started back here on August 21st, right? Yeah, August 21st. And you have a lower low, So you went sideways, you broke down, you had this is clearly a breakdown, right? Your volume was, man, I hate these little arrows that come up. It really messes with my jam, bro. You had a lot of volume here. Volume died off throughout this range, and then when did you get the most volume again? Let's put a line right there so I can get rid of this stuff. This was your highest peaks in volume in this range. You broke out of this level of volume as you were breaking down. I think it's no coincidence that this is a breakdown, that you're breaking out of your overall uptrend. I don't think that you're breaking out of this like going down to zero nothingness. I just think that you are, for the moment, taking a break. You've had a nice run up. You're up 120 something percent overall in this month. If you also look at it, I posted this. I don't remember if I posted it. I think I posted it in the Discord. Yeah, I think I posted it in the Discord. But if we take our lowest hourly close here, you can see that we're finding resistance where we once found support. That is a key indication that we are likely going to move lower. We don't have to move lower than this low, but I would expect at least a second opportunity and a double bottom there. But truthfully, I would more expect that we do go lower than that low. And where are we going to go? Well, it's nice that we have such a broad range because we can take a nice little fib here from bottom to top. That would take us down to about 9.4 cents, maybe even down to 8.6 cents. We could even go lower. This is a small, it looks big on the 1 hour, but all in all, it is a small range, The overall range, the real true overall range to take this from would be on here on the daily. Take this low here, you go up to the top here. The 382 is just below where this low is. So we really could have just a slightly lower, but a double bottom formation. It really could happen. The 0.5 is all the way down here at the 1618, and finding support on the 0.5 happens. It's not what I look for personally, but even beyond that, into these deeper extensions, you have the 618 on this overall fib, and the 2272 here are both below 8 cents. The 2272 again coming from the smaller fib. You really could go into this sweet spot. Looking at the 0.69 here, we put a line right there. That's at an area where you found support, found resistance before. The 618 again, if we had this range kind of marked out, I mean, it's somewhat significant, definitely somewhat significant. Not all the way, not something that's completely respected, but I don't know, maybe the 0.5. Let's take it at the 0.5 and see here too. Not so much on the 0.5. I don't know. You might not even. And the thing is, guys, with these fibs, let's just delete all that stuff here. You don't have to touch these lines. You don't have to do anything with these lines. You could go and find a bottom in between them. You could find a bottom right above them. You don't actually have to tip off of these lines. It's just an idea of where to go. And what you really look for whenever you're looking at the fibs is not direct contact. You look for the relationship it's having with them. Is it respecting them? Is it disrespecting them? How is it respecting them? And you kind of want to compare it, to previous price actions even, and just see like where things go. So like if we were to take this low here to this high, we went all the way to the 1272. And you can see, yes, it did not bottom right on that line, but it bottomed close enough to it, right? And you even actually tipped it on the next day. Then you went up and you found resistance on your 618 to 69 and you went lower. That's actually a very classic maneuver. It's also classic to reject your 886, but that would be a more immediate move. This was not as much of an immediate move, right? And then you went all the way down to your 1886. You even went below it and again bottomed in the middle of nothingness, like literally right in the middle of this range. So you don't have to bottom right on these lines, but you can still see that the relationship you formed, finding support here and then rejecting this twice, was all you needed to know that you were probably going to see deeper extensions, and you did. And then you even came down and you rejected the 1272. Again, you went a little bit above it, but you can see the relationship it's having with this line. That should have been a telltale sign that you'd at least come to the 1618, but you blasted right through it, man. You really did. And there were some other things going on too in the RSI. You have some bullish divergence forming here. That should have been a sign that you might take a break. I would have personally at this point in time expected that we go lower. But this little bounce here, this bullish engulfing candle bouncing off the oversold zone like that should have said that, hey, we might turn up. I don't know if I would have expected a move like this. I'm not going to pretend that I would, but you did break out of this long-term kind of downtrend, not long-term, but more of a medium-term downtrend with this candle here. You got above the purple line even, and with that, you actually broke above the 50. So that should have been a sign that it's go time, man. It is go time. But anyways, it's easy to talk about things retrospectively. Who really knows how I would have analyzed this thing as it was developing? I feel pretty confident that at this low, I wouldn't have called that as a low. But over here, I feel pretty confident too that I would start to say things might be changing. We might be getting, things might be looking good. Anyways, enough of the hearsay, the not hearsay. Looking at that again, going back to that, I'm sorry guys, I got a little bit distracted in the theory of things. We found support on the 1272, right? That's where we found support. So looking at this thing, could we find support on this 1272? That's all the way down at 6.5 cents. Absolutely, we could. And that's lower than, my buy order right now is set closer to this white line. It's actually just above that. It's at the 9.7 cent mark. But again, the amount that I have set to buy on this thing is a small amount of my portfolio. I'm just trying to catch a higher low. If it goes lower, boo-hoo, oh well, I'll buy more at cheaper prices. And I have more money on the side to do that if that happens. But I'm not going to miss out on something that is literally, while all of crypto is boring and taking a shit right now, this thing is up 129%. I'm not going to miss out on that. So I definitely do want to buy, and no coincidence, my buy order is just below this low here because I am definitely eager to get in on this thing. So just a nibble, just a little nibble. It is, it's a nice bit of cash. It's more than my rent costs. It's more than like 2 months of rent costs actually, but it's not going to break the bank, So I will break the bank if we come down to this 1272, because again, we've shown support in that area before. And if we see, I don't know, let's just see, maybe we'll get one here. I don't know, top to bottom. You found support on the 1272 here. Yeah, you came down, you came all the way up to the 1886 again, 2414. This 1272 here, if you were to come find support on this is at the 8.35 cent area. So that might be that might be another good zone to take a nibble before potentially pursuing prices. Look at that, the 886, man. 886 is right there. I wonder if that coincides. Yeah. 886 and the 1272 are really close to each other. I guess the 786 is. I don't know. I really don't know what to think. It's very possible that we could go down to this area where we had previous topping range before. It really is possible. But it's also equally as possible that we don't go lower than this here and that we would form some kind of higher low, more significant than like a double bottom on this line, like something that's like up here, but we might have bottomed there even. But at the moment, looking at the 4 hour, the 1 hour, I do think that we go lower. If we look at the 1 hour on the RSI, it looks kind of neutral. All in all, though, I think that it is showing weakness, right? You have, I guess it's not hidden bearish divergence there. I don't know. You could go up. You're rejecting this purple line where you found support in this area before. Now you're rejecting it, but you are hugging it. You haven't shot straight down yet, Here you kind of move down afterwards. Support. Yeah, man, you like this purple line. Let's see, what are you doing on the long-term RSI? You're just barely. No, you're decent. You're at like the 51.5. You're above the 50. I don't know, man. This long-term RSI, to be fair, kind of looks like it wants to roll over. It doesn't have its straight line anymore. It's like rolling. You can see it, right? If I was to draw a line on it, it's like rolling, right? It's not like this. It's like, well, it's like that. So that could imply, lower to come, which would then also mean lower prices. And if we can get below the 50 on this, that would solidify more of a move. I think that would take us below here. Hard to say, but I'm definitely leaning toward the downside at the moment, especially with this, man. Especially with this, to me, it's like a fake candle. It's like it's that old saying that I forget what his name is, man, from BitBoy Crypto. He's like the piano man. I forget what his name is, but what gets wicked will get candlesticked is what, like right here, what gets wicked got candlesticked. And I really do think that that could happen for sure. And if you look at it on the 4 hour, it's a lot less convincing than it is on the daily. So I think that this is just a little bit of psych, gotcha, and then it's going to move lower. I might move my buy order now that I'm thinking about it. I really might move my buy order. I know I just spent all that time saying I want to get in, but the purple line down here is at about 9 cents. There is some things suggesting that it could go lower than that. I don't know. For now, for the day, 9.7 cents. The reason I have it there is because it's right above this white line, man. Right above that white line. For now, I'm going to keep it there. I'm definitely going to keep it there. Maybe we get some kind of reaction and we come back up, form another lower high, and maybe I can think about selling it there if I'm still under the impression that we go lower. But I'm going to keep my buy order there at 9.7 cents. That's the plan for now, because ultimately, you guys, besides the fact that I believe that we do go lower than this low here, wherever it might be, I think Bluzelle has phenomenal things in store for it. And this video went on way longer than I meant for it to be. It was supposed to just be a little update, but I got lost in talking about fibs and stuff. But overall, from top here to bottom, we could see a move that takes us up to $1.41, $3.70, $7.79, and well beyond that, man. I'm pretty sure Bluzelle is it's got the potential to go to $100 in this cycle. It genuinely does. And being worth 12 cents right now, man, that is almost a 1,000x from here, right? $100 would be just, or is that over? No. 10,000 would be 100x. So that is, oh yeah, I was saying 1,000x. So that would be like an 800x. I do think it has 1,000x potential in it, is what I was trying to get to. And that would take us all the way up to this fibs, 2886, which I think I remember making that video, addressing that in my video earlier, my previous video about this. I'm sorry, I'm losing my words, but yeah, all in all, guys, I think this thing has a bright future in store for it. I know I've made a lot of videos talking about it lately, but that's, again, it's because it's one of the more exciting ones, and I'm pretty excited about it, man. It's nice to see something that has some serious potential like this thing. But again, don't bet the farm. You don't need, with those kind of gains, those potential gains, even if it does a tenth of that, that's still a 100x, right? So if it doesn't do 1,000x, it does a 100x. You don't need to bet the farm. You're still going to make good money on a 100x. Even if you have $100, that's $10,000. You know what I mean? So that's pretty decent. You can go on vacation. You can buy a car. You can pay off some student loan debt. I don't know. You can do a lot with that kind of money. So you don't need to bet the farm on this thing. I've taken out a little bit of money to put on this thing, but I'm prepared to bet more as we go lower. That's really all I got. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.